Hi there. As you know, I'm Dre from the Ignorant Noodle. 2 years ago, I went on a world tour interviewing a bunch of black businesses and entrepreneurs, and there was an issue with the person that I got as my editor. It was supposed to record and edit the footage for me. Well, I had paid him half up front, half when the flight landed, and after that, MIA. So he recorded everything. Somehow he stayed in contact, but he just wouldn't edit the footage for whatever reason. So it's been, after like a year of it, I was like, dude, just give me back my footage. Because at this point, it was too much work trying to convince him to do it. And normally, there was a contract involved. Normally, I would have took the legal route, but COVID. And it became more of a hassle. They wasn't doing civil cases for a while. So after doing, talking to some people, talking to some of my bigger names, friends, associates, peers on YouTube, they was like, hey man, sometimes you gotta bite that bullet and just move forward. So I did get the footage back. I've been editing it in the spare time that I have, and it's finally done. All of it's done. So just so you know, I'm not as good an editor as he was. Get that out the way. 2, the only video that he managed to get done was the dormtainment interview. So that editing is going to be completely different from the rest because that's the one he did. Just tossing it out there. But yeah, also there was some interviews lost. When he sent me all the footage, somehow there was a few interviews that weren't in there. Luckily, 2 of them, the one with Dita Montana and the one with Smurf and Izzy. Smurf from Cream the Crop podcast and Izzy's from Prodigy Sportive PSA podcast. Those was already up on the channel because I wanted to give you guys something after talking about the tour so much. That's like 2 years ago. But now, here's the rest of the footage. Enjoy.
What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Ignorant Noodle. It's your boy Dre. I'm here with Taylor, Healthy Addictions, the Lock Goddess, fastest hands on the east side of the river. What's up?
The river.
Somebody's river.
Hi.
I'm gonna speak up, girl.
Hello.
Tell them who you is.
My name's Taylor.
That accent.
We have no accent.
That accent.
I'm 25.
Cap. You say I ain't got no accent. That's cap. Go ahead, man. My bad.
I don't know what to say about myself.
Alright. I'm gonna make this easy. Just answer the questions.
Okay.
How long you been? What started you doing hair?
Well, my mother,
My mother.
son, Ed, get him. He keep making fun of me.
Pop off on the camera, let them know who you are.
Yeah, that shit, bro. I'm just gonna cut it. That shit funny. I like that shit, though.
I was born into the hair salon, so every day after school, I would be in the hair salon. If I wanted any of my jobs back, I can get it today. So I just didn't love them. But that's the story of my life. So
That's facts. That's how it was at Forever 21.
yeah.
Everybody knew me, everybody loved me, but them
Yeah,
the managers
so
got weak.
my last straw was when I was working at the airport in DC and cars out. So it was commission and hourly. And
But
it was
so you just
at
stood
night.
there or sat there, right? It was,
Yeah, I just sat behind the counter and it was like 7, 8. I was working probably until I want to say midnight or something.
Oh, that was
like
hating on your birthday. She really
And I
just
was
did not like you.
The thing was, she didn't like me because she thought somebody else liked me.
Oh, it's one of them hating things.
And I ain't like him whatsoever. He was a creep. So.
I believe it. Real Dre type. I understand.
So.
So how'd you get the signature style, the boho? Because I didn't seen you do it. And like, I remember one time I watched one video and I seen how fast you did, and I was just like, oh, this sped up. And then I looking at everything else in the barrel, like, nah, that's just her hands. Like, how you?
So, I just wanted to give people what they want, and they want somebody who can get them in and out. They want somebody who's not going to snatch out their edges. They want somebody that's not going to have them tilting over because the hair is like 10 pounds heavy and shit like that. So I just took everything that I hear complaints about and turned it into, you know, the opposite. And that's it. And the speed came with the technique. Like, I just saw a whole bunch of stuff I didn't like and did it my own way.
Okay.
So I taught myself how to, and I found, it's a long ass period of trial and error. So once I found it, I was just like, oh. And what's funny is how I sped up. One of my clients got on my nerves so bad. She kept turning around in the chair, kept moving, like was slowing me down, and kept trying to look into the mirror, trying to watch every step of the way. So I got so mad. I was moving so fast, and then like 2 hours, 2 hours later, I was like, did I really just do this in 2 hours? And then after that, it was a wrap. And
I said, I'm not gonna ask the technique because
I teach
you got
it.
you teach it. I ain't no free shit over here. But
none.
At the same time, like, do you ever go to your house and pray? Like, have you ever just timed yourself? Just like, yo, can I do this faster?
I time myself with my clients.
No, I'm saying like, do you ever go back to your house, like go back to your and just like, I bet I can beat my time?
No, when I go home, it's like,
oh, that's it.
No,
hair don't exist in there.
No, I don't want to be. Once I step out the salon, I'm not the lock goddess. I'm not the lock goddess. I don't know anything about
the addictions.
Absolutely.
Your favorite addiction.
Absolutely.
You don't curve, you reroute. That should be funny.
Absolutely. I do not curve, I reroute. That's right.
Reroute?
Yes. I send you off in a better direction. It's over here, it's not dead end. So. Has anybody ever tried to like steal your style? Has anybody ever tried to like act like they're better than you, but then just completely prove themselves wrong? Yes, some of them I work with them. And the beauty industry is already competitive, so I get irritated when I see women, especially women older than me, competing with me or looking their noses down at me. I'm just like, I can learn from you just like you can learn from me. And it be women that be in the game 20 years still doing the same, not saying doing the same clients is bad, but like doing literally the same styles. Like,
they don't try nothing.
But when they saw me, they started doing faux locks out of nowhere. I'm just like, okay, girl. So, I mean, I don't have no jealous bone in my body.
Yeah.
If you're willing to pay or it's like equal exchange, then let's do something. But they don't even give me the opportunity to show them or get to know me or anything. They just look at me like, Like, I have some people that work in the building that I work in. My clients just told me a couple days ago, they trying to take all your clients. They just told me, don't come to you, come to me. I can do it better than she can. And they be in my face smiling, hi, Taylor. And I just be like, hey, sister, hey, girl. But I don't do all that petty stuff. I literally go to work, focus on my clients, and go home.
But you also one of the people that you put yourself in videos of you doing it. It's like,
I don't like to, but I do.
I would say, but it's one of those, like, a lot of people when they create stuff or they always try to put it only on the product, and then it's like, I don't know if you actually doing that or not, because some people have friends that help them, they just never give their friend credit. So then they come like,
what you mean?
Like, maybe not for hair because you've got to be able to do it, but there's a lot of people that like build stuff or paint stuff or stuff, and they'll have like somebody else to do it.
They did it.
Yeah, and they friends like, bro, I don't care as long as I get the money. I don't want to be associated with. But then when somebody comes to them, and that friend can't do it, like now you're stuck.
Okay.
But with you, it's like, oh yeah, my hands are fast. This ain't sped up, but you'll have the video on you. Like you have.
Braiders do that too. They'll either steal people's work, like my shit has been stolen. Plenty of times, like half of my clients found me because of stolen work.
Yeah.
They like searched and tracked me down.
Yeah.
And others, they're inconsistent with their work. So one day they'll do a bomb ass look and keep reposting that picture, knowing that they can't provide the same consistency. Yeah. And then they'll be like, I guess, hair fishing their clients. And then they be taking the money. And they're like, well, I did it. I did my part. So why? So that's what separates me from other people, because I actually care about what's going on. And I actually turn down people who wanted a certain service, but their hair wasn't strong enough for it or ready for it. And I'll be like, all right, let's just do this instead. They're much happier than in the end. Like, I stopped listening to my clients. Like, I know. Not like I know like you need to listen to me at all times, but I know like in the end you're not going to be happy. You wasted money, and I don't want you unhappy.
I'm listening to what you want, but I'm also giving you the realistic, like if I can't do it or if you can't handle it.
Yeah, that's why I have a policy. Like if your hair's not ready for braids, because my braids don't hurt, and I need your hair to be a certain length. And if you're not at that length, then I can't do you.
Yeah, because at that point you're pulling and stretching, and that's how motherfuckers.
And that's no longer a protective style. That's 3rd degree assault. So.
How many people have come into your shop and you've seen like their hair, you've seen their edges, seen all that, and just went like, hey, I don't know who you've been going to before, but they've been fucking you up. Like, have you ever had to?
I had to sit down and talk to them and be like, whoever you went to before didn't know or didn't care, and if you want your hair to grow back, if you want this, and this, stick with me or stick with people who care, and we can put you on a regimen and you can get your hair to grow back. So, and they'll be like, oh, really? I didn't know. I thought it was me. Like, half of these stylists, they be blaming the client instead of taking responsibility, so they won't be blamed for it. So.
Have you ever had anybody with like any medical conditions like in their head? Like I know in the barbershop there's people who like don't grow hair in certain spots.
Yeah, alopecia.
Like no, not. I mean, there's alopecia, but there's also people that have like scars, like stitches in their head from like
I've had a couple clients who had cystic removals in their head, and some parts didn't grow back. But sometimes the way I part and braid, I can cover that up.
Yeah.
So they'll get a style, or I recommend a style that has full coverage.
Yeah.
And now that I'm about to start doing wigs, they'll have like.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah.
Is it ever a situation where you like somebody's hair is just so nasty you don't want to touch them? Because I've seen some like there's people that like there was a video going around at one point where the girl said she had a
weave-in phenomenon.
Yeah, that and it's just like, have you ever had one of those?
Not 9 months. I've had somebody keep their braids in for 6 months and wear gloves, and I know you can disinfect and everything, but I throw everything out. Like I've had people sneeze in my capes and towels and wipe their snotty little noses on it, and I throw everything away. I can't deal with that. I don't care how many times I wash it; it's going in the trash.
Yeah, it's in your head. So I know you plan on doing other stuff. What spots like for a tour? What spots like the big spots you want to record or go to?
The main places that always ask me to come back: New York, Atlanta, some parts of Florida, but that's like real tricky.
Yeah, Florida.
I haven't been to Texas to do hair, only to like visit family or whatever. LA and Chicago been asking about me. Seattle, the Bay.
So pretty much every major city, like
even Arizona, because they have nothing, and it's a lot of black military. Yeah. And they don't have people to do
that's because in Arizona.
Oh, in Hawaii.
When I was in the military, I trained in Arizona, and there's like nothing out there. It's all military bases. That's because nothing else is out there. There's no interruptions. There's like that's where Air Force and Army pretty much hang out.
Yeah, wherever the base, especially Hawaii. Yeah. There's a lot of black people there, and they're just
they just station out their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they just shipped them off in deserted places.
And Hawaii is a lot of Polynesians. So it's Polynesians or retiring white people. There's black people don't just go to Hawaii. That shit's expensive. So I can see why they would need you. So I know you've done the Indigo tour when he comes down to your area. Like, have you ever thought about traveling with Chris Brown to like do that? Have they offered it? Or
I would love to travel. Period.
Yeah.
There's a lot of legal stuff that you have to go through first, and it's not a lot of time, so it gets tricky. Yeah. But when the timing is right, I believe I'll get the full-on experience. It was fun. Yeah. I had a great time. It was just surreal. I couldn't believe I was, doing it. Yeah. And I didn't post about it for real because I don't know. I don't post a lot of personal stuff, like accomplishments about me, period. But that was just like something I wanted to keep to myself. Yeah. But business-wise, that's not the smartest thing to do.
And I don't think even when you posted it, I think just the way I think and the way I pick up on, it's like you say small shit that I catch on to. Because it wasn't like hey, I'm doing this. When I seen it, it was like you posted the picture backstage, I think on Instagram you put up was like, I love my job, and it was just like a video of behind. But like I said, I don't turn on sound, so I don't know.
Yeah,
so it just kind of saw like I was like, she's somewhere.
It's just like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not the one to like jump out. Oh my God, hey, I'm over here. Look at me, because that's what it feel like.
Yeah.
And I'm not the type. I don't like being looked at anyway. So I don't want no more attention on me than I already draw naturally with my work or myself personally. That's why I don't like being behind the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, in front of the camera, I like being behind it. You can hear my voice, but like seeing me, I don't feel like you need to see me. You know what my work look like. That's all that matters. But clearly, I'm learning that's not all that matters.
I don't like. I actually don't like talking to people. I'm not as social as I am. I have the ability. I have the skill set to be. So I don't actually like people. That's why
I have the skill set to be social, but I'm not.
I've had the same friends for over 10 years. I have a 2-door car because I don't like people being with me. Like, if I go out to eat, I generally try to eat food and come home, or I get food to go, or I order. I rarely I'm actually not a public
that sounds
person.
Like anxiety.
No, I'm not anxious about I can do it.
Do you have Asperger's?
No. What? Don't be asking questions. You don't get to ask questions. Yours are wild.
Thank you very much.
But I know last year, I don't know if it was the first time, but that was the first time I had Twitter. I had seen it. That's when you first tweeted about working with Chris Brown. I think it was because his aunt contacted you. Like, how did that happen?
So that's a funny story. So when I was working in Greenbelt, there was a teenager that booked. And I usually don't take teenagers because it's either their heads be in their laps because of the phone or their mothers are overbearing. Yeah. But something about her, I was just like, I'm going to take you anyway. You're the sweetest thing ever. I did her box braid. She loved it. And what was funny was that her mom was in the next room in the waiting room, and I didn't know she was in the waiting room. She heard me talking to her, and she just kept laughing to herself. She was like, I like her. So when I moved to Laurel, she came back again. And then she runs track, so she has to keep pulling her hair, pulling it down, so she needed one of her locks fixed. So her mom came in. I was just like, y'all look so familiar. And then she told me, I was just like, oh, okay. And then she was like, do you want to do hair for Chris Brown? I was just like, hell yeah. Yes, let's go right now.
That's not a do I want to. That's more of an availability thing. That's what you're asking, right?
Who do I need to cancel? But luckily, I didn't need to cancel anybody. I just pushed everybody up. I won't cancel anybody. I pushed everybody up. And then we was on the road. We went to Virginia. When I started doing his aunt's hair, did some people on his team hair. And then because I love Fashion Impression, it was just a good time with them. They're so cool, so chill, make you feel like family. They asked me to come back. So I keep in contact with them. And then this time I stayed longer. I was just like, I'm not even gonna go home. I want to enjoy myself as well. They're just like, go ahead.
It's crazy because the way you post and the way you operate, you don't really tell people when you move. So the whole time I thought she was like at home. I thought the tour came through your spot and you was just like, I'm free these nights, cool. I didn't realize that she was actually going to a different location for them, even if it is.
That was
Virginia.
The first time. Yeah. That was the first time. This time, he came to DC, and I was just like, all right, bet that's
that's right there. One last question. It's gonna be the one that bothers you the most, and probably gonna be the funniest. You're big friends with Carlos Miller. That fool's always popping up on your page. He's always inviting you out. You guys do stuff like that's a genuine friend. What is it like dealing with one of the top comedians in the game right now, just coming up, and dealing with a massive shit talker that the levels Carlos is? Because Carlos got fired, removed, whatever happened with the Wild 'N Out thing. He got fired and shit talked so much casually. Like, he never went on the aggressive rant. He shit talked so much that Nick Cannon was like, hey, bro, what really happened that I gotta figure out what's going on with Carlos, and brought him in? Like, so I know he's shit talking you. Everybody shit talking you.
It's a match made in heaven. Like, it's fluent. Like, it's our second language. So that's, I guess, how we became, really good friends. And it's not. I don't broadcast it. It's just like, if you know, you know.
You just post pictures with him, like, every now and then. It's just like, I'll see a picture like, oh shit, Carlos must be in the area.
The only annoying thing about being around famous people is like people literally chasing him down.
Yeah. Or
like he'll be having a conversation, like a regular conversation like me and you are having, and the dude will be busting out laughing like he just told a joke, and I'm like, come on, son. Get his dick out your throat.
Like.
But I love him a lot. He's the most genuine.
Yeah.
He's cool, calm, collected. He don't let none of this stuff get to his head. Very humble, and that's the type of people I want to be surrounded by. And yeah, we just have a great friendship. And the fact that I talk shit and he talk shit is, and nobody's getting offended. That's the type of friendships I like. And like, you'll never have to second guess with him.
Yeah.
I don't like when I gotta figure you out or gotta like watch you.
Like, he seems real.
Yeah, whatever. Like what you see is what you get.
Because even when he was doing the Breakfast Club stuff, he said he was just like, man, I ain't got no issues with Nick. It is what it is.
Yeah,
man,
and
I'm
he's
moving
not that
on. I
type
still
of
got the
person.
85 South show.
Exactly.
Because I'm straight. Like, how did it start though? Like, how did, like, was it like, because he's from the DMV. He's from one of these spots, isn't he?
That's Chico Bean.
Okay, yeah.
Chico Bean is from the state.
Okay.
All us is from Mississippi. Yeah, that's how I like collect people.
Yeah.
So I was just like, me and you were gonna be best.
I'm low key waiting on him to just pop up on your story one day talking shit. So y'all post pictures and stuff like that, and I'm sure he.
Even if I'm around him, which I am, I don't post it.
No. I'm saying I'm just waiting on him to grab your phone and just get your phone and start talking shit into it.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm sure he talks shit to you.
Other people do that, but I don't post it because I just.
Yeah.
When you get around a certain, I guess, level or something, more leechers come.
Yeah.
And I already have leechers now
That's facts.
on my little level that I am on. So if I get around celebrities and they see me around, they're gonna like
it's gonna
want
get worse.
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's really gonna be. Hey,
and I don't
what you doing this weekend? Nothing.
Yeah, I don't like drawing attention to myself, and I don't wave around the "this is who I know" flag.
Yeah.
Like other people do. So. Yeah, because I'm confident in what I have is going to take me to, where they are. So. But yeah, he's a great person.
So on the way out, just go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, where they can see you.
My business Instagram is the Lock Goddess, TheLockGoddess. Same thing for the Twitter, personal one. Just gonna keep that under wraps. And yeah, I work in Largo, Maryland right now.
Maryland. Her
Dre.
name Curry. Wait, all the Curry.
You sound awful.
You sound awful. That's how you sound to
I'm
me.
not from Baltimore. I don't sound awful.
Curry.
No.
Alright. You can cut.
Please. Bye.
Yeah, action!